Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. In our last video, we examined the arguments put forward by the Alberta Prosperity Project in favor of Alberta's separation from Canada. At the end of that video, we promised that we would take a serious and fair look at the opposing viewpoint, specifically the case made by the Forever Canadians movement for Alberta to remain an integral part of Canada. That is exactly what we're going to be doing today. As a background story, Elections Alberta approved the requests made by the Forever Canadians to launch a citizen initiative petition. They were given a 90-day window to collect signatures from eligible voters who supported Alberta remaining part of Canada. By the end of that period, the movement had collected 456,388 signatures. After verification, 404,293 signatures were officially certified by Elections Alberta. On December 1st, 2025, Elections Alberta formally certified the petition, confirming that the verified signatures represent 13.6% of Alberta's eligible electors, well above the 10% threshold required by law. That made it one of the most significant citizen-led political initiatives in Alberta's history. But numbers alone don't explain why so many Albertans supported the effort. To understand the core argument of the Forever Canadians, we need to take a look at the letter written by the movement's leader, Thomas Lukaszuk, titled "Why I Support a Unified Canada with Alberta." At the heart of Lukaszuk's argument is a deep personal story. He begins by explaining that his family arrived Canada 43 years ago as refugees from totalitarian Poland. They were welcomed by Canadians, total strangers with open arms. Since that day, he said, he has not gone a single day without feeling gratitude for Canada. From that personal experience, Lukaszuk broadens the argument. He describes Canada as a beacon of hope and freedom for millions of people around the world who wish to become Canadians. In his view, the national identity is worth protecting, not just emotionally, but economically and politically. One of the central pillars of the Forever Canadians case is the economic costs of separation. Lukaszuk points to history. In the 70s, when Quebec seriously considered separation, businesses and investments fled the province. Major corporations, including the Bank of Montreal, moved their headquarters from Montreal to Toronto. According to Lukaszuk, the economic consequences of that period are still felt by Quebec till this day. He argues that Alberta risks repeating the same mistake. He also points to Brexit in the United Kingdom and separatist movements in Spain's Basque region, where prolonged uncertainty led to reduced investment, capital flight, and long-term economic instability. His message is clear. Alberta must not follow that path. Lukaszuk then places the debate in a broader global context. He argues that we are living in turbulent geopolitical times where democratic institutions around the world are being challenged and undermined. And in response, Canada is working to strengthen itself by building new trade partnerships, reinforcing military alliances, and investing in nation-building projects that support economic and national security. According to him, none of these efforts would succeed if Canada remains internally fractured. His argument is that to be a formidable and credible force internationally, Canada must first be united at home. Importantly, Lukaszuk does not claim that Canada is perfect. He openly acknowledges that regional disagreements have always existed and likely always will. What he argues set Canada apart, however, is the presence of strong democratic institutions that allow disputes to be negotiated or litigated peacefully within the system. From this perspective, he strongly rejects the idea that threats of secession should be used as a political bargaining tool. In his words, weaponizing separatism is not part of Canada's democratic tradition and should not be normalized. Lukaszuk also raised a more sobering historic warning. He reminds Canadians of the Quebec's FLQ crisis, which spiraled into kidnappings and assassinations, outcomes that were not originally intended by many involved, but which nonetheless occurred once political movements lost control. He argues that history, as well as some recent protests in Alberta, shows how quickly political movements can escalate and deteriorate if not carefully constrained. In his view, preventing that outcome is a responsibility shared by all Canadians. This, he explains, is why he helped mobilize Forever Canadians, a group made up of people from all walks of life and diverse political beliefs, and that their goal was not to silence debate, but to give Albertans a clear opportunity to reject separatism, affirm their commitment to Canada, and send a clear message to the world that Canada is not divided. He closes his letter with a simple statement that he loves Canada and believes that many Albertans do as well. Now he says is the time to show it. That, in essence, is a Forever Canadians argument for Alberta remaining an integral part of Canada. In the next video, we will begin comparing these arguments side by side and examine what they mean for Alberta's political future. Thank you for watching.